basketball. Tonight a matchup, a non-conference game between St. Paul Harding and Brooklyn Center. From Brooklyn Center High School, John Jacobson along with Ariel McDonald. And Ariel, tonight a look at two programs trying to build. And St. Paul Harding maybe a couple of years ahead of Brooklyn Center. Kelly Sandquist taking over this team 4 years ago. Came to her first practices with only half dozen, maybe a little more kids than that. And right now, Brooklyn Center, that's the number of players that they are at under Mike Contreras.
Yeah, it's a very difficult moment for both teams. But right now, even though both teams don't have the reputations or the records to really kind of make a little noise, at the same time, they're both coaches just trying to build. Both coaches have great character players on their team, so we'll see what happens tonight, John.
When you have a matchup like this, I think it's an opportunity for each of these teams to say, hey, maybe this is a game that we can win. You know, Harding last year, 7-14, Brooklyn Center all season, won just 2 games. They've already won 1 this year. So you look at those games on the schedule and say, hey, maybe this is one that we can take.
You know, both teams right now have an illusion that tonight is a great opportunity for both teams to use this game, try to get a victory, try to get their program started. Both teams very young. St. Paul Harding has some seniors, but at the same time, coaches trying to build up those young players. But both coaches just trying to use this as a teachable moment once again to try to build their programs up.
Let's look at St. Paul Harding, and their key player tonight is one of their sophomores, Asia Shepard, who through their first 2 games has averaged 18 a game.
Asia Shepard, coach spoke about a true player who has the heart and desire. She has good backing from her father, trying to promote her and trying to keep her involved. Coach believes that she's one of those players, a triple threat, can shoot it from the outside, can rebound, can dribble, create shots for her own players. So coach trying to really get her young player on and going.
And for Brooklyn Center, a girl that's been with the program for a few years, has really seen the ups and downs. Unfortunately, more downs. Keandra Auld, really a great player, and it sounds like a great all-around student here at Brooklyn Center.
High character player. She gets here early. She puts the time in. She's been in the newspaper as of recent, so now there's a certain buzz going on with her. So hopefully she gets that opportunity for all that hard work that she's done. Hopefully she gets the opportunity to go play at the next level.
Little pre-holiday game. These teams will both play in the St. Agnes tournament this coming Friday and Saturday. It's St. Paul Harding, Brooklyn Center girls basketball, and it's coming up next on Channel 12.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
John Jacobson, Ariel McDonald back at Brooklyn Center High School. Centaurs hosting St. Paul Harding here on December 23rd. As I was mentioning in the pregame, both teams will be part of the 4-team St. Agnes tournament that comes up this Friday and Saturday. Harding will open against Edison. St. Agnes will take on Brooklyn Center, and the winners playing for the championship Saturday, and the losers in the 3rd place game. We are underway. Harding in the white with a maroon and gold trim. First pass goes off the hands of Cynthia Walker, and turnover for Harding, and BC with its first possession of the game. Keandra Auld getting it down the baseline, drive on the line by Ebony Russell, and with the basketball for Harding is Mariah Allen. The junior will bring it into the front court and handing it off to Makoya Lesueur. Pass inside, turned over, so 2 turnovers on the first 2 possessions for the Knights.
You know, both teams really trying to fill each other out a little bit early on. It's going to be a little difficult. Most players out here don't have the size that we are used to seeing sometimes. But for the most part, all players able to dribble, pass, shoot, be triple threats.
Allen, LeSure, Shepard, and Wise are listed as guards for Harding. Cynthia Walker, the center. Hudson and Confair, Malaya Confair, both 7th graders, starting backcourt as 7th graders, along with the senior Ald. And then the front court,
Coach
Tina Confair, and Ebony Russell for BC.
I'm sorry, John. Both teams, you know, they have, Harding has some experience with seniors, but most of those seniors don't play a whole lot. So right now, Coach Sanquist really trying to see what her young youth group can do with her leading scorer. And just trying to create some momentum, trying to get the girls really involved and trying to get a belief in the philosophy and the program that they're trying to build for the future.
Shepard foul, your own miss. Shot won't go. Rebounded by Shemaya Hudson. And Ald into the front court.
Ald is a senior. You know, she's not taking this game for granted. She's been a hard worker all of her career and just really stuck with the program.
Shot underneath, not good, out of bounds, off Harding. Centaur basketball.
Ald, she's going to run the show. She's very experienced. She's a senior. She understands what the expectation is. So let's look to see if she can create something, get her girls on the scoreboard.
Nice look inside. Ald passing to Martina Confair. Her shot wouldn't go. So Centaurs with a couple of good looks at the basket early on, Ariel, but nothing has fallen in yet. 3-point shot is good in the first points of the game for St. Paul Harding and sophomore Asia Shepard.
Asia Shepard, coach spoke about the idea. Coach Sanquist spoke about the idea. She's a triple threat. She has the ability to shoot it from the outside, put it on the floor, and also makes the extra pass.
Knights rebound the miss, and Shepard missing on the layup try as LeSure got the pass out in transitions. You look at Kelly Sandquist, now in her 4th year, played basketball at St. Paul Harding and then collegiately at Vermilion in South Dakota, and came back and been with the program overall 6 years, 4th year as head coach. And like I mentioned at the beginning, they really struggled with numbers early, but built it up to where they're able to have 3 levels of teams now and trying to move the program in the right direction in the St. Paul City Conference.
You got to love her effort, first of all, just coming back, and what is something that most players don't think about is what is giving back. And she's come back to her alma mater, tried to create a program, bring her passion and her energy to help these girls perform.
LeSure takes it strong to the basket off the rebound by Walker, but couldn't finish. Hudson had the rebound for BC, all back into the front court. 3-0, first 3 minutes of the game. Harding out in front.
They're going to put the senior LeSure on all, try to control her and make sure she doesn't run offense effectively. Even at times, double team, get the ball out of her hand just like there.
And they knock it away from Ald, out of bounds off Keandra. So Centaurs committing their 3rd turnover. Mike Contreras, a Brooklyn Center grad, much like Coach Sandquist, coming back to his alma mater, 3rd year's head coach at BC. Really a part of some outstanding athletic teams of Brooklyn Center in the mid to late 80s. 87 grad.
Coach Contreras, I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt you once again, John. He's played on my summer league teams many, many years. We have the nickname, we call him Taco. Taco, he's an excellent perimeter shooter, great set shoot.
Following up and in, Shepard got the offensive board. She's got all 5 points for Harding. And it's a 5-0 lead.
She's going to dominate tonight. She doesn't have too many players out there with the same similar size and skill level, so look for her to really dominate.
All lost that they double team it again, and the layup attempt won't go. And LeSure trying to foul up after the miss by Allen. That wouldn't drop, but Harding resets. They get another offensive board, drive to the basket, a little too strong. Foul up and in. Walker with the hoop, and she'll go to the line. Walker, the tallest player on the floor at 5'9".
Yeah, Walker getting excellent post position in there, just giving St. Paul a second chance basket. It's already hard enough to score in half-court offense, but she put herself in great position to get the second chance point and get an and one.
Foul shot won't go, and the rebound to Hudson and all into the front court.
going to be difficult right now for Brooklyn Park. I mean, they have so many young players just starting to learn how to play basketball. He's trying to build some consistency in this program, trying to get the girls to show up and to buy in. And one thing that Coach Sandquist said when we spoke to her before the broadcast is she's trying to create culture. And the first thing and the hardest thing always to do is try to create new culture in the program.
Brooklyn Center's had the situation where they've had to drop their JV program this year. Their numbers were pretty good at the beginning of the season. Drive and the foul on the drive.
Coach Contreras talking about the girls just buying in. Here's an excellent dribble drive move right here, taking the ball to the basket. In this game tonight, you're going to see a lot of dribble drive moves headed to the basket. Both teams not great perimeter shooters, but at the same time have the ability to put it on the floor and at least look for a scoring opportunity from a layup or maybe an extra pass for an open shot.
Minneapolis Seward to the line for two. That last foul on Auld is her first. Missed both free throws. Offensive rebound. That try won't go. Another one up and in. Walker's got another basket.
That's her job. Clean up the mess. Get some of those garbage baskets. Use her size against Brooklyn Center. Hopefully create second chance opportunities.
Trap on the wing. Trying to rip the ball through and successfully doing so as Russell pops it left side. That jumper wouldn't go down for Gibson. Back out to Auld. Shemaya Hudson will go baseline, drive up, shot too strong. And Weiss with the rebound for Harding. Back come the Knights.
Right decision there, just couldn't get the ball in the basket.
Yanni Thomas, 5'7" sophomore, was in the game and passes out on the wing. LeSueur and back out top to Shepard. Right corner, Thomas will go baseline, lost the ball. As it tied up by Russell. Possession arrow favoring BC, so it's a Harding turnover and Centaur basketball. Martina Confair back in, replacing Tita Gibson. So Brooklyn Center, just 6 girls dressed for the game tonight.
Yeah, 6 girls, that's a tough look. I mean, you know, you're just trying to get the girls to just keep believing, don't give up, have the correct attitude, be a competitor. And if they just work hard day in and day out, that the hard work will pay dividends in the future.
Great transition basket and a good look in the pass by Shepard down to LeSueur. And Aquia has her first basket, and it's an 11-0 Harding lead.
Shepard doing it all for her team right now, whether it's scoring, whether it's making the extra pass, whether it's playing defense and just giving a good pass for an assist.
And one there. LeSueur got the steal and goes in and scores.
There's LeSueur playing the passing lane. Brooklyn Center, like we said before, very young, so they're going to look for any kind of opportunity to score, but it's going to be difficult playing against an experienced team in St. Paul Harding. But they have to find a way, have to find an answer, try to get on the scoreboard early.
Fouls on Malaya Confair, her first. Free throw missed. Offensive rebound, though. And then Walker to clean up again. Couldn't get the shot to fall.
But the effort is good. She's in position to get that second chance point. So if you're Coach Sandquist, you like that effort.
All pull up from 15 comes up a little bit short. Walker runs the break. Off to LeSueur for the layup. Too strong, as fouled by Hudson, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
You like that effort there. BC, even though they made the turnover, they hustled getting back, not allowing any kind of easy baskets. And when you're playing at home, you don't want the opposing team to just come down and shoot easy layups. So it's better to sometimes send them to the free throw line and see what happens.
4th BC foul. They've all been on a different player, so nobody in foul trouble yet. With 6 players, something you certainly can't afford. First free throw is up and good for LeSueur, who had missed her first 3 tries from the line.
For Coach Contreras, if you're going to try to stay in this game, keep players out of foul trouble, you look at different kind of defenses that you can pose, whether it be 3-2, 2-3. That way you can kind of conserve any kind of foul trouble that may arise and keep your players in the ball game.
Becky Salou in for Harding, got that offensive rebound, almost put it back up and in. Another offensive rebound, and that shot won't go on the floor. And finally, Hudson pulls it away for Harding. Yanni Thomas also in for Harding at that last whistle. Centaurs looking to get on the board here. Outside three-point shot is banked in, or was it a two for Hudson? Looked like her foot inside the line, but Shemaya Hudson able to get Brooklyn Center on the board.
Looks like that's her shot. I mean, she had no doubt, very decisive when she received the ball, stepped into her shot, and she let it ride.
Shot from the wing missed. Back comes BC. Here's Hudson trying to pass it off, and a good steal getting back defensively was Thomas.
It's the right play, but now she's at the varsity level, so those gaps, those angles, those passing lanes, they close very fast. So just another teachable moment for her.
Right side wing three. Shot missed by Allen, and back comes Brooklyn Center after getting the defensive board.
You know, she's a good ball handler, so if they could maybe get her in a pick and roll situation, maybe she gets a screen and she can get into the lane, maybe attack the basket a little bit, might open up an opportunity for her to score.
The ball was, nope, not tipped, so it's a turnover on Brooklyn Center.
The extra pass hits the middle of the lane against that zone, and sometimes when you're playing at home, you got to take chances. She didn't call the bank shot, but I'm sure Coach Contreras, he'll take it.
Shepard, triple drive down the lane, up and in.
Shepard, you know, she's one of the tallest players on her team, but she still has the ability. She still has guard skills, and she can dribble and, you know, cross over. She can make things happen. So that's just a terrific opportunity for her to showcase her skills and try to score the easy basket there.
Outside shot from Malaya Confair won't go. Harding couldn't turn it into points. All got a hand on it and created the turnover for Brooklyn Center. Gets her team possession back. Now 17-footer from Auld off the mark, out of bounds. Harding basketball.
She is just using the dribble drive move. Nice crossover there. Brooklyn Center really not in position to stop that. You want players to slide in, maybe take a charge or force an extra pass, but that just shows the quality.
She'll drive again, and foot went in. Shepard back-to-back buckets for her.
Shepard looking like she's on pace to get those 18 points per game average. She's right now already scored probably about 15 of their points. So
got 9.
9, okay.
She would like you as her scorekeeper, though.
Yeah, I'm sure she would, but you know what? You know what? Maybe with just 9 points, she's responsible for most of the points that have been scored here. Whether she's scoring it or she made the extra pass, just looks like she's making it happen at both ends.
Jumper for Thomas won't go, or Allen rather, and back comes BC on the floor. Hudson getting timeout, and we get a timeout for Brooklyn Center with 8:12 to play here in the first half. Centaurs trailing 18-2. You see Kelly Sandquist, and I started to talk about Brooklyn Center, their numbers down, and at the beginning of the season, Coach Contreras had more players, close to 20, but he said, you know, we had players that weren't doing the work in the classroom. They weren't coming to practice 2-3 days at a time, and he's not going to put up with that. He says, I have standards, and if you're not going to be that kind of player, you're not going to play here.
You know, you can't fault him at all for that. Both coaches talking about creating expectations, creating different ideas of how they want to create their program. And I firmly believe, when you raise the bar and you raise the expectation level at a high level, then kids will buy in. Most kids, they want to have structure. They want to be coached. They want to have the ability to feel like when they make mistakes that someone's going to hold them accountable. They just don't want to be running around here doing whatever they want to. And I think Coach Contreras and Coach Sandquist, both with just young programs, being new to the programs, are trying to create a high expectation where players will buy in. And I truly, truly believe once you set that expectations, young people, they'll buy in sooner or later.
I mentioned the two 7th graders in the starting lineup for the Centaurs, too, so it's really tough to learn when you're, 12, 13 years old, and you're playing at a varsity level. Shemaya Hudson and Malaya Confair are both doing. Yeah,
you know, you want them to do that, but, you know, they're getting teachable moments right here. They're playing up, if you will. Right now, this is a tremendous, tremendous experience for them, because if they continue on the path of just buying in, following the rules and expectations and working hard, it'll pay dividends in the end.
That time Shepard getting the assist. And able to set up Becky Salou, the 5'9" junior, for her first basket. First bench points of the game for the Knights, all out on the right side.
The one benefit that Coach Contreras has is a player like Holt. She stayed here. She's bought in. She didn't transfer. She didn't put her head down. She didn't give up. She didn't quit. So for the rest of the players on this team, particularly a young team, they'll look to follow her lead for years to come.
Salou rebounding the BC miss. Thomas trying to take Auld and gets cut off and has to pass back out. Drive by Allen, ball out of bounds.
Correct move. She used a good pump fake, dribble drive, tried to attract defense. She was looking for the extra pass, just fumbled it a little bit. But what you want to see, especially if you coach Sandquist, you want to see correct decisions being made when you're attacking.
All to bring it front court for the Centaurs. Gander passing it off, left side wing. And good hounding defense by Shepard, who gets the steal and then can't control it in the backcourt. Rolling over and traveling is Hudson, unable to get a pass off or control herself. And it goes back over to Harding. Good effort by Hudson after the steal by Asia Shepard.
Yeah, Hudson just, making sure that at least she secures the ball. She didn't want to give Asia Shepard an opportunity to make an easy layup. So sometimes it's better just lay on the ball, tie it up, and take the turnover and live to fight another day.
Shea Poe, freshman guard number 40, in for Harding now.
John, what we are seeing in both teams is the future. Right now, it doesn't look like it. Right now, this is a varsity game. Both teams are struggling a little bit with fundamentals and making plays, but this is the future for both programs.
Turnover, BC. Inbound for Poe and the Knights with under 6.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Shepard watched out top by Malaya Confair. Open right corner, jumper missed. And back come the Centaurs. They get the defensive rebound, so a good possession for them. Just one opportunity for Harding that time at the basket. Scramble on the floor. Centaurs wind up for it with Martina Confair's shot. That's off the mark. Poe with the rebound. She'll push it ahead for Harding. Shea Poe back. And back out to Shepard. No reset.
One good thing is you can see the girls making good decisions. I mean, maybe they're not executing the shot from the perimeter, but each team making good decisions just like that.
Shot missed by Shepard. Weak side rebound to Thomas. Thomas into Shepard on the block. Short. Ball out of bounds. Off of Harding. I think to your point, that last possession for Harding didn't end at a basket, but they got everybody involved, got good looks, good spacing on the floor, and that's the development that you want to see as a coach and your team. Old with the basket, a little two-pointer.
Much needed basket there, right there, John. She was able to knock down the outside shot, but just going back, sometimes that's what the summer's for, really developing. You have youth, and Coach Sandquist was talking about some of her players even getting involved in the summertime. That's where you build your program. It's not during the season, it's the off season that counts the most.
Poe's pass inside, knocked away, got it back. Shepard traveled.
She got sloppy. Here's a great extra pass here, but Old, she's the senior. She's not going to turn down any looks. She has to be aggressive if she's going to keep her team in the game. And as long as she makes good decisions, I believe as a coach over there at Providence Academy, when you make good decisions, good things happen.
Old trying to get past Miso, drive to the basket, a little too strong on the shot by Hudson.
Shot it on the off leg there, but the decision is there. She ripped, she used the ball fake, she ripped and she goes. So, even though she didn't make the basket, young players, you just want to see good decision making at this level.
Knights get the offensive rebound. They get another try at the basket. Good pass from Shepard. Shot missed. Got underneath by Salou. Ball out of bounds. Whistle, and it's off the Centaurs. And we're going to have a foul, actually, on BC.
You know, I played many summers with Coach Contreras, and he was an excellent three-point shot. And one thing you can see with his team, they're not turning down any open looks regardless of the score. They're showing confidence. They're making the right decisions, and that's what's most important when you're building a program.
Poe missing. Follow-up try won't go. Kick it back out to Shepard. Driving the lane and gets, no, called for traveling.
She had the right idea there. She had the right idea. She used that pump fake. She ripped. She dribbled the ball, tried to get a easy basket drive into the lane. But, you know, Brooklyn Center was there digging in, getting their hands in there. But once again, we're just talking about youth making right decisions.
That pass going behind Malaya Confer, out of bounds, turnover. But you were right to your point about Shepard a few minutes ago, talking about her with the points. But she's really getting her teammates involved. Had a chance probably for 4 or 5 assists. Her teammates haven't finished necessarily at the basket, but she's getting good passes and good look for her teammates, often in the paint.
And what young players do a lot of times, especially in a game like this with the score, they try to force the issue. They look for their numbers. They look for their points. But she's being very patient, facilitating, making the extra pass, moving the ball around.
Salou gets the loose ball, puts it up and in. She's got 4 points. 18-point lead again for Harding. Under 3 minutes to go. Steal for Miso, taking it to the basket. Too strong. Up and long again for Salou, and out of bounds. It'll be still St. Paul Harding basketball.
There she is on the dribble drive, surveying, looking up, using the good pick and roll, creating offense there, getting in there, even though it was a turnover, maybe, but, you know, her team was able to clean it up and execute the easy layup.
Cynthia Walker, who just came in at that last whistle, scoring, and Walker's got a nice inside game. She's got 6 points so far, Ariel.
That last turnover by Confair, the 7th grader, teachable moment once again. She's so used to playing at that young age. That kind of pass across cross court is going to get intercepted. So all of these turnovers, even though coach sometimes gets upset, these are moments where he can use to help her understand what is a good pass and a good decision.
Shemaya Hudson long 2. Good look at the basket. Shot wouldn't go down. Ball on the floor and then traveling after the defensive rebound by Misu.
But you like her effort. She's on the floor. She's digging in. She's not just looking at the scorebook. She's using every opportunity to get that 50-50 ball. If it's loose, the coach is expecting that we get that ball. So good effort there.
Inbound to Auld. 3-point try for Keandra. Too strong. Rebound to Mariah Allen. She'll push it ahead here for the Knights. Allen looking at the basket all the way and puts it in. She had that look at it at about half court, like, I'm taking this, and she did, and she made the basket.
She looks over at Coach Sandquist like, hey, I took it full court. She threw her hands up, you know, hey, this is what happens.
First basket of the game for her, all missing. Ball back inbounds, and then it goes off of Gibson and out of bounds, so it's Knights basket.
Here she is pushing it full court all the way. Auld was in position. She gets her shoulder squares and maybe takes that charge, maybe have the heart to take it. She would have gotten it, but great dribble drive move there.
Well, Auld, I think, perhaps a little bit cautious. She's got 2 fouls already. You don't want to pick up a third before halftime. Try to get in the defensive position, but Allen still able to score on that last basket. That ball out of bounds off the shot, so the Centaurs will get the possession. 1:38 to go here in the first half.
Not a fast-paced game, so we're seeing the purity of basketball right now. Half court, moving the ball around, using your fundamental ball fakes, pump fakes, dribble drive moves, really seeing fundamental basketball here.
Hudson got tied up, tried to work her way through that traffic, but then double dribbled, so turns it over to St. Paul Harding.
And I tell you what, John, this is really good for both coaches because they can use this game really to get their young players to understand what it takes to play at the varsity level. So although it's a little lopsided right now, both coaches, I'm sure, enjoying the game.
Walker, short turnaround, comes up short. Poe rebounds. That won't go. And pulled down by Shemaya Hudson. Auld will bring it front court. Auld gets the screen, will take it to the basket, getting by Walker, short on the shot, rebounded by Mariah Allen. Ball knocked away from her. Allen A little shaken up, and Auld puts it up and in.
You know, with a little bit of help, Auld, she would probably look better than what she is, but you can clearly see she's the leader of her team right there. They get the loose ball getting on the floor, Auld looking for any opportunity, any open shot, because she's a great set shooter, but she does need some time to get her shot off. But with a little extra help, she'd be a pretty fine ball player for her team.
Yanni Thomas in, Mariah Allen out now. And there's 40 seconds to go in the half. Here's Walker, take it strong to the basket. Saw the opening. Ariel takes it strong and scores and one.
Yeah, Walker saw that hole there. We'll probably see that coming up. But she was able to see that little gap, and what you want people to do or players to do is when you see that gap, attack. Even big players, you don't want them to be unconfident when they go to the basket. When they see gaps, penetrate and attack.
Missed on the free throw, but you got a couple chances off the offensive rebound, and it'll still be Harding basketball. It's off of Russell. It's Ebony Russell who picked up the foul on that drive by Walker. That's 2 now on the senior, Russell.
If you're Coach Contreras, if you go into halftime, you're talking to your player about second chance opportunities. If you could eliminate 6 or 7 of those second chance points, maybe you're in the ball game a little bit closer.
Walker double teamed on the sideline with Auld. Gets the ball back. I'm not sure how that's not a held ball at some point. There was a lot of tying up there.
I guess the referees just thought, hey, let them fight for it. Let's keep play alive, because, you know, right now with it being a little lopsided, I'm sure referees are just trying to give Brooklyn Center an opportunity to get in the game, so they don't want to make those tic-tac calls that will allow them not the possibility to have the opportunity to score.
Coach Sandquist did one turnover. We get a timeout on the floor. 11 seconds to go and a chance for the Knights to set up a final shot.
Yeah, the Knights, they'll probably be looking at probably a dribble drive move here. As we've seen, they've been attacking the basket, and then they've also, when they miss, they have the opportunity to get a second chance point. So with 11 seconds, plenty of time to get a good shot off.
Shea Poe will pass it in. Again, 11 seconds to play in the half.
The inbounder is always the most dangerous person on the floor, so Brooklyn Center got to watch her.
Poe taking the pass from Miso, passing it inside. Out of 2 seconds, they'll have to hurry. Shot Miso up, too strong as we go to halftime. St. Paul Harding with a good effort to start. Miso able to laugh at herself after missing on the 3 by just a little bit as the half comes to a close. But her team up at halftime, Ariel, 28-6.
28-6 right now. Coach Sandquist got to be feeling comfortable. But at the same time, she understands that they're going to probably win this game. And so she's smart. She's looking at every mistake and trying to use it as a teachable moment to help build her program, help build her team.
We'll take time out. We'll come back with more girls basketball from Brooklyn Center High School after this timeout. Halftime at Brooklyn Center High School. St. Paul Harding Knights leading the Brooklyn Center Centaurs 28-6 in our high school girls basketball game tonight. Highlights from the first half, and mostly St. Paul Harding. Good outside look. Asia Shepard's their top scorer this year, knocking down the 3 ball. She's been the top scorer again tonight for the Knights. Off the air ball, the foul up by Cynthia Walker, who's been a good inside presence tonight for St. Paul Harding. First basket of the game for Brooklyn Center came from the 7th grader, Shamea Hudson, hitting that long 2-pointer. Back on offense, Shepard with the drive and finish. She had 4 baskets in the first half. Keandra Auld's been the top scorer for Brooklyn Center this season. She knocks down that basket right there, and then off a loose ball here in the front court. Be Auld will end up with it again. She'll knock down another jumper for her second basket of the game, and then a good drive to the basket here by Walker. Scored and a foul. As we look at our top scorers. Shepard with 9, Walker with 8, and McLesueur with 5 points for Harding. And for BC, Auld with 4, and Hudson 2. That's all 3 of their baskets so far in the first half. It is 28-6. Harding leading Brooklyn Center. More high school girls basketball on 12 Sports after this timeout.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
John Jacobson, former Gopher Ariel McDonald, with me tonight for a high school girls basketball game on this Tuesday night before Christmas. St. Paul Harding looking to go to 2-1 on the season, up on Brooklyn Center 28-6. If you look at the second half, if you're Coach Contreras or Coach Sandquist, what do you want to see from your team the last 18 minutes?
If you're Coach Contreras, you just want to see effort. Effort, taking care of the ball, stopping St. Paul Harding from getting second chance opportunities. If you're Coach Sandquist, you want to continue to do what you're doing and continue to do it well. But at the same time, maybe an opportunity to work on some different things because you know you have some tougher opponents ahead.
First possession of the second half goes to St. Paul Harding. Asia Shepard, the top scorer in the game. Had it out top, then takes the pass from Walker, puts it up and in. A good look from Cynthia Walker. She gets the assist. Asia Shepard with her 10th and 11th points of the game.
The Knights are able to get their leading scorer into the game. When you come out second half, you want to make sure that you get a good scoring opportunity. The most important parts of basketball are the first 5 minutes of the first half, first 5 minutes of the second half, and how you close out ball games.
Great transition for the Knights. And Dina Weiss has her first basket of the game. All 5 starters have scored now for St. Paul Harding. It all started at the other end with a block shot by Walker. She blocked Martina Confair. Another block ball on the edge. Pass down low. Hudson in some trouble. Gets it back out and up and in for Malaya Confair. And the 7th grader, their first hoop of the game.
Yeah, 7th graders gotta like that. You know, varsity basketball, and you're scoring points on the varsity level. That's tremendous confidence building right there. So, like I said earlier, these are both 2 teams that are looking to build their programs.
Inside, Walker can't get it to go. And the ball pulled out on the defensive rebound by Martina Confair. Auld into the front court, spins away from trouble and a possible trap, gets it out on the wing. Martina Confair back through the hands of Russell. Hudson will hand back off. Russell, left baseline shot, not good. Rebound, quick outlet pass. Ahead comes LeSueur to the basket, a little short on the shot. And the rebound by Malaya Confair, and she'll give it to Auld to bring up court for Brooklyn Center.
That last offensive possession there by the Centros, they were able to move the ball around, and they swung it from side to side, and they got an excellent open look. And so the viewer might say, oh man, they missed the shot, but what you want to see is good decision making, particularly from a young team like this.
LeSueur with the block shot. So look at the last Centaur basket. Good job by Hudson just to keep it in play, and then Confair knocking it down. Quick inbound pass and a foul. All able to get it into Martina Confair. And she'll go to the line for 2. Coach Contreras telling us Martina's been hobbled by an ankle injury, but able to go here tonight. She'll go to the line here to shoot 2.
Coach Contreras right there on that last inbound play. He was yelling at the passer, and I believe it was Confair. She was just a half a second too late with that pass, and that's what the difference is in playing in the varsity level and sometimes playing at the middle school level or even JV level. Those seconds mean a lot.
Whistle it lane violation.
Yeah, referee, he's laughing right here, and he didn't want to call it, but he has to call it. He understands the moment. He understands what type of game this is, and sometimes you don't want to call it, but you're forced to.
Baseline shot coming up short. Confair trying to get the rebound. It ends up in the hands of Hudson. So Centaur's able to limit the Knights to one possession, or one shot on that possession, as Ald has it in the front court, trying to work around a screen from Russell, and pass goes off of Russell, and back comes Walker for Harding. Getting the pass off, Ald gets back into the play defensively and knocks it off of LeSueur. So good hustle by Keandra Ald to get back into the play and gets the ball back for her team.
St. Paul Harding doesn't have that winning tradition, didn't win many games last year, but games like these where they're going to win, these are going to be memories that they have for the rest of their lives. I mean, playing varsity basketball, extracurricular activity, but really, buying into the system, never quitting, staying with it. These are memories that they'll always have for the rest of their lives.
Centaurs turn it over. Knights into the front court. LeSueur off to Allen. Allen will drive to the basket and is fouled by Russell. It'll be 3 on Ebony Russell.
Allen, good dribble drive move there. I love the pump fake there. She used that ball fake and kind of ripped through and attacked the basket, going back to the basket strong.
Allen on the line to shoot 2.
Centaurs are down by quite a few points right now, but they still have smiles on their faces. They still look like they enjoy the game. So I'm sure Coach, I call him Taco, I'm sure Taco's really talking to him and making sure that the girls understand we're not worried about this year. We're worried about getting better, improving, building our confidence, building our skill level, and hopefully one day we'll be the ones smiling with the victory.
Turnover, a steal for Harding. And then a double dribble. Is losing possession for a moment was Wise and tried to regain it, but that's a turnover, and it'll go right back to BC. Malaya Confair will inbound the Old. We talked a little bit in the pregame about Keandra Ald, and Coach Contreras talking about what a good job she has done on her own just to improve her game. Working in the open gym in the summer and shooting, thousands of shots in the off season, and being a 3-sport athlete here at Brooklyn Center and holding a job and just doing everything you want to see in a student athlete and being a straight A student on top of it.
Yeah, that's why she's the starting guard. She's here to set a precedent for the program to build on. She will be the building block for the future, that one day when she comes back, she will see what her hard work and how it paid off in building this new program here at Brooklyn Center.
Wise got it behind the defense, got out on the break and able to put it in for the Knights. Martina Confair picked up her dribble in the corner, really hounded there defensively by Wise, able to get the pass off to her younger sister Malaya Confair. She's trying to fight through a double team, gets it off to Ald. Little runner up, that won't go. And the ball taken, and we get a foul on BC. Look at it again. Look at that basket. Good pass ahead. Allen to Wise.
Just going back, talking about Ald once again. 3-sport player, A student, works in her off time, gets here in the morning, shoots early. Those are tremendous assets as a player, and you just want it bad for her. I can't help but feel, on the other side here of the camera, just really wanting her to be successful, because that's what it's all about. That's what high school basketball is all about, building character and being accountable.
Shepard off the glass scores. Asia with 13 points now, and Harding with a 29-point lead. They're up by 22 at halftime. Centaurs front court. Allen defensively shading Hudson, who's got to come back out with the pass to Confair. All the wide open underneath is Russell. Too strong. Good look at the basket. Ebony Russell unable to finish. Harding with the basket. And look how the Knights, they like to push it ahead here. Ariel, if they can, look for chances to score. And then the pass too high here, though, by Shepard, and out of bounds over the head of Wise. Last basket a moment ago for Shepard.
Continuing to attack, and if your coach saying, excuse me, I'm sorry, Sandquist, what you're trying to do is make sure that she continues to stay focused in the game. Don't look at the score. Be accountable. Make sure you execute every opportunity. Stay solid, and just continue on this scoring path that she's on.
Turnover and then knocked away. Is Harding able to keep possession? They'll throw it back. Working it around down low, shot up, rolls around and in for Yanni Thomas. Thomas and Becky Salou came in at that last whistle. And Yanni Thomas, the sophomore, with the first basket tonight.
Ball never touched the floor. I mean, it was the rebound basket there. Ball was swung, looking for the open player, and they got an easy opportunity without dribbling the basketball, something that is a lost art.
Little runner for Russell. Won't go. Auld with the offensive rebound through the hands of Martina Confair, going to Malaya, then feeding it underneath for Russell. Back out. Long two for Hudson. Back iron, no. Rebounded by Shepard. Shepard a whip it ahead, front court. Wise going one-on-one to the basket, and it's fouled by Hudson. She'll go to the line for two.
Feel sorry a little bit for Brooklyn Center because they're playing iron woman basketball with only 6 players. Everybody, you know, probably a little fatigued right now, but they got to suck it up. And I think, you know, sometimes when you have moments like this in your program, these are great moments for your players to understand where you came from and where you're trying to go. And so right now, you know, they might be losing some games and, you know, taking it on the chin, if you will. But once again, these are moments that will build character that hopefully one day will pay off.
Second free throw good by Wise for the game. Harding, though, struggling from the free throw line. They've hit just 3 of 11 so far. Inside of 11.5 minutes to play here in the second half. Oh, ball knocked away from her, picked up. Nilo, skip pass across. Shepard to the basket. Missed it, gets her own rebound and puts it in.
Shepard's second chance opportunity. You know, if you coach Contreras, you know, you're yelling at your girls, box out, box out. You know, that's the way we have to get back in the ball game. But, you know, very difficult with a young group right now, but still they got to find a way.
Driving shot won't fall for Hudson. Back comes Harding. Wide open lane for Poe to the basket. Shea Poe, the freshman, takes it all the way in her first points tonight.
The freshman dribbling down the court, being very decisive, and that's what you like to see as a coach. You like to see your young people decisive, not hesitant, looking at an opportunity and then really attacking and being aggressive.
Hudson across for Malaya Confair. Russell, baseline shot, too strong, out of bounds. Last touched by Harding's Yanni Thomas.
And I was just thinking, John, for Coach Contreras, 6 players. How do you even practice? How do you build and get players better? I mean, you know, they don't have a JV team. You know, it's very difficult to assemble a team that you can even compete with. So, you know, my heart goes out to Taco because, you know, he's been my man for a long, long time. We played a lot of summer league games and won a lot of summer league championships over North. But, you know, I just feel really bad for him because I know how he wants it as a coach. And he's one of those coaches who wants to give back. And so if he can get some girls assembled here at the Brooklyn Center program, look for big things in the future.
Harding foul whistled against Delila Miso, excuse me, and it's only the second team foul on Harding here in the second half. Auld missing the jumper. Knights with the rebound. Shepard front court.
Coach Contreras talked about the idea that Auld is probably one of the losingest players, women's players in BC history. But once again, you have to give her a pat on the back for not giving up. And I don't know if there's an award out there in high school women's basketball for a player who holds her academics down and is a very good all-sport player, but she certainly deserves that award.
Malaya Confair, a couple of good chances at the other end for the Knights, unable to finish. Centaurs with the basketball as we reach the midway point of the second half. Martina Confair to Auld. Malaya Confair. Open shot won't go, out of bounds.
Good shot.
Off the shot, yeah.
Good shot.
Harding
Good
basketball.
Shot. Good decision. I mean, didn't go on the basket, but she was decisive. She recognized the situation, stepped into her shot. You know, but once again, being a 7th grader is not easy on the varsity level. And, you know, you got to feel good about her playing at this level because she'll be a pretty fine ball player if she sticks with it.
Salou a little bit too far underneath, missed on the shot. Post follow-up won't go. Auld with the defensive board for the Centaurs. Auld, tough runner, shot won't go. Offensive rebound, though. She's able to follow her own shot. Martina Confair gets her shot blocked. On the wing by Shepard. Down low. Too strong. Hermiso out of bounds off the Knights.
Martina Confair, you know, she has that hobbled ankle right now. Really trying to give her best, and it's not easy. But, you know, from my standpoint, you know, I appreciate her hard work and her effort because it can't be easy, you know, just playing with 6 players, getting up and down the floor on a bad wheel.
Kershia Fabers, a freshman, number 21, in for the first time today. Also, McQuaya LeSueur back in. Turnover for Harding as Salou will take it ahead. Gets the return pass from LeSueur out of bounds off of BC. Good effort by the Knights. Couldn't finish, but they'll get another try here. Inbounding from the baseline.
Ran the fast break correctly. It was a little give and go there. She threw it out to the wing, and the wing kicked it back to her, so good decision there.
3-point try, too strong. Auld with the rebound. Auld throwing down toward the baseline. Turnover on the missed pass. Salou got the steal, takes it strong. Missed shot. LeSueur trying to foul up, has it ripped away from her. Now it's Poe with it. She'll back it away and then come back in with the pass. And the Knights will come back out, reset, and then drive to the basket, up and in. Nicely done by Yanni Thomas.
Yanni with the good dribble drive there. Coach Sandquist talking about, you know, the struggles of even her program, getting girls to buy in and accept the rules and the consequences for breaking rules. And she spoke about the idea that once she set those expectations that, yeah, some fell off, but some bought in. And then before you knew it, some started walking in the door more readily. So sometimes it's sometimes good to take a stand and allow the young people to make a good decision.
Centaurs getting some shots in this possession. Got a couple of offensive boards, couldn't finish. Harding gets the rebound, and a timeout whistled by Kelly Sandquist with 6:15 to play here in the second half.
You can see Coach Sandquist already. She's got her girls out on the floor during her timeout. Now, some coaches, they have, you know, kind of different ways of handling their timeout. Some coaches sit their players on the bench. But you can clearly see Coach Sandquist, she's teaching, even though she's up in the game, she's setting a precedent for what her expectation is for her program. And it can't be easy, John. You know, you have girls. Sometimes when you're not winning during the season, it's very easy for people not to buy in, and they're quitting or they have the wrong attitude. I call it a losing attitude, and her players are now showing winning attitude. Yeah, it looks like a double timeout here.
The Centaurs have taken timeout now.
Yeah, he's got to get some energy, try to get his girls some more energy so they can finish this game. And you know, first time for us doing a game like this where we're seeing, you know, the lack of players on a team. And, you know, for me, you know, the fan of basketball, very, very difficult to watch because I like to see both teams assemble, particularly when I know a coach and I know his heart and his passion is into it. And, you know, Brooklyn Center, hopefully they can get some more players to sign up, buy in, and really follow the rules and the expectations of Coach Contreras because he does have something to give. He wants to just not only teach basketball and win games, but he also wants to grow young people. So I hope some of the young ladies maybe watching the game or can accept responsibility and come back and support Coach Contreras in him building his program.
Harding's next game Friday at noon against Edison in the St. Agnes tournament that we talked about. And Brooklyn Center will take on host St. Agnes at 2 o'clock Friday in the tourney. So only a couple of days off for these girls. You get Christmas Eve, Christmas Day off, and then they're back at it on Friday.
Man, this is big time basketball, you know, no days off. I have some of my players at Providence wondering why we have games at Christmas and the day after Christmas. But the one thing I say is, you know, you're a part of a program now. This is not an extracurricular activity. We're trying to win games and build the reputation of our institution.
Talking about tournaments coming up, the big one up in St. Cloud, the Granite City Classics. Some terrific teams in that tourney. You got two of our local teams that'll take on the #1 team in the state. Maple Grove is going to play Apple Valley on Friday night, and Champlain Park, currently ranked #2 in the state, will take on the Eagles on Saturday night. That's up at Hollenbeck Hall in St. Cloud this Friday and Saturday. Shot up and in, good second effort, and the Knights able to put it away. Thomas gets another bucket here in the second half.
Talked about Maple Grove playing Apple Valley. Terrific opportunity for Maple Grove to get that upset. They're playing good basketball. They're well coached. They have an excellent bench, a couple excellent young players to go with it. So Maple Grove, look for them. Make that upset against Apple Valley.
Coach McDonald called it. Turnover here for the Centaurs. Russell able to take the ball away for BC. All the pass front court.
I'm a little partial to Maple Grove. I do live out there, and Coach Schroeder is a friend of mine, a coach that I've gotten to know and have some great respect for. Coach Smoke over there is who's assistant coach. Got a lot of respect for those guys. They play good basketball.
Gibson missed on the jumper for the Centaurs. Pass through the hands of Salou. Scramble on the floor. Knights end up with it. Good drive by LeSueur up and in.
Like that. Strong move there. All the way to the basket. Wasn't worried about contact. You know, played all the way through the shot.
Harding has hit 50 points for the game. We're just outside of 4 minutes to play. Martina Confair is going to come out. Malaya Confair in.
She's going to need an ice bucket for that ankle. She's been working hard. Probably played a good 25 minutes tonight, so she's going to need to get some rest.
Good inbound pass to Hudson. Malaya Confair finding Hudson cutting the basket. And Smile go to the line and shoot two. It's one thing BC has not been able to do, get the ball inside. Attempted just 2 free throws in the game. They both came earlier this half.
Yeah, they don't have much on the inside. They're really guard laden. They have many ball handlers from the perimeter. Not much of a low post presence, so difficult sometimes to score. They haven't really gotten up and down, and I'm surprised with so many guards. I would think that they, maybe play high tempo, get the ball in bounds, pass it up the floor, try to get some shots early on, maybe some trapping on defense. But you got to sometimes start from the ground and build up.
Hudson hitting the first of 2 free throws. Right baseline shot up and in. That is Thomas, who's had a nice half scoring off the bench here for St. Paul Hardings. Get 8 points all in this half.
Trying to get that pick and roll, just unable to get there.
Leah Confair's shot too strong. Gibson couldn't get the rebound. So here's Thomas again. Too strong. Foul up in for LeSueur.
Oh, man, I felt bad for Thomas. When she stole that ball, she was looking at the basket all the way down the court, really focusing and concentrating, trying to make that basket, but just unfortunate.
Leah Confair's pass knocked away, ball underneath, and taken by Harding. So turnover for the Centaurs. Underneath, too strong. And the missed shot and then the pass back out from Thomas and chased down by Poe. LeSueur trying to drive. Auld cuts her off nice defensively. Thomas out to Poe. Poe's 15-footer, not good. Rebound to Russell, and Auld will bring it up with 2 minutes to go in the basketball game.
Coach Sandquist looking to bring some of her young players in here, get them some experience, let them learn how to play in a varsity game, despite the score. But These are always moments where you can learn and get better.
Yanni Thomas trying to get the pass inside. Pulled out by Fabers. Fabers and Auld tie up. Jump ball, possession arrow, pointing Harding's way. Nope. Official had it wrong. It's actually BC basketball, and the change of possession, and Centaurs will bring it up. Malaya Confer across the 10-second line. Lost the ball, picks it back up. Hudson and back out to Confer. Now to Russell. Trying to get it across to Alden, stolen away by LeSueur. Will take it strong to the basket. LeSueur now with 11 points.
The senior stacking up some points here. She played those passing lanes good. She recognizes what the score is and wants to get into double figures, so she used that passing lane to get that steal, make that layup.
Final 40 seconds of the game. Auld, drive baseline, shot up too strong. Rebounded by Thomas. Thomas lost the ball, picks it back up. Jump shot up and in for LeSueur.
LeSueur stacking in those points, adding to her average there. You know, sometimes in blowouts like this, you have the opportunity to kind of add to your average.
Malaya Confer, 10 seconds to go. Auld, baseline shot by Hudson, too strong. Auld rebounding, trying to get it back out. Does to Russell, her shot too strong, and the game comes to an end. Well, the outcome never really in doubt tonight. Ariel McDonald, Brooklyn Center, giving it an effort, but unable to get much going offensively. And St. Paul Harding got the transition game going, and they were able to get those defensive rebounds, pushing it down court. Had some strong players, Cynthia Walker and Asia Shepard kind of leading the way early, and then would bench play in the second half, and they pull away for the 58-9 win.
Yeah, you know, they have depth on their bench, and they have experience. They have some seniors, even though they have some young players that play as well, but they were able to at least put pressure on the young Brooklyn Center team and dig into that bench, keep playing and keep playing aggressive, and really kind of wear them down at the end to really pull off for this big victory.
Shepard leading the way with 15 points. Harding improves to 2-1 on the season. The Centaurs fall to 1-5. Both teams will be at the St. Agnes tournament this Friday and Saturday. Happy holidays, my friend. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, you too, Johnny.
Thanks to you all watching at home. Our next basketball telecast will be after the first of the year. We've got hockey coming up next week from the Armstrong Cooper tournament next Monday live on Channel 12. For Ariel McDonald and all of our crew, I'm John Jacobson. Thanks for tuning in, and Merry Christmas. Our final score tonight, St. Paul Harding wins it over Brooklyn Center 58-9.